side. I love it when they end up on the actual right side, so I don't have to lag the stream for 5 years every time I switch the player who's in the player 1 slot. I should just start telling people who needs to be player 1, like they do at majors. It's hilarious. Okay. Joker Olimar. Mike has played this matchup 8 billion times. This is everybody who's been at VT for long enough. I do think Aaron plays differently from the other Jokers. Like, he's the most different Joker from the other Jokers in terms of how he views the game, which can make this interesting for sure. That being said, I don't entirely know how much it's going to benefit him here. I think, honestly, Mike is really good at dealing with aggression because Mike is underratedly pretty aggressive on his own. So Mike like knows how to deal with people getting up in his face and stuff. I think you need like an element of baiting out some of Mike's moves sometimes. So I'd be interested to see how that goes. So far, pretty decent start from both players. They're getting like decent low percent strings, stuff like that. No solid lead has been established. Nobody's really set up like a major advantage state. So this Arson is going to be pretty important, as is the usual. Joker as a character is very Arson dependent, especially nowadays in current meta. And yeah, this Arson basically did not get to do too much, which is, I'm going to expect that that's going to be a general trend. Again, Mike has so much matchup experience here, and Olimar as a character does not struggle with just building up damage, you know, racking up damage in the ways that you need to versus Arson. I really like the idea on the down air there. Good on Aaron for not getting hit by it though. Not able to take the early kill with that up smash, even with some slightly sus DI. Still, asddast still able to continue his stock. AM doing a good job playing around the Pikmin so far. I think he's like definitely like actually paying attention to the order of Pikmin and everything like that. You know, you'll see him like ducking in and out of grab range whenever the blue Pikmin is active. So that's always a good facet to have. It's actually kind of looking like Mike's having a bit of a hard time even trying to go for any killing blow. Like even some of the moves he's whiffing wouldn't have killed or like set up for that good of a scenario. This up throw should kill. So we do get the early lead to asddast. That was very crucial because I think Arson was about to come out. So that being said, we will reset it here. This is a pretty good early Pikmin lineup, as far as I'm aware. It's never bad to have blue, in my opinion. It just opens up so many exceptions. I mean, purple is probably the best to have in general, but I feel like blue opens up so much fear that you have to have overthrows and stuff like that, but especially at kill percents. I think blue is better than purple at kill percents, like genuinely. Okay. Really important Arson right here. We're going to definitely be watching asddast is going to try to stay off stage for as long as possible, and then, yeah, bait Aaron off into covering that, and then retreat to center stage. So that'll be the end of the Arson. Really good evasive stuff by asddast there after he definitely took a lot of percent like very early on, and it was looking a little dire. He was able to, you know, just use Olimar's movement options and maneuver himself out of the way of instant death. And now he's got himself a very solid lead. Gets the wrong hit of the down air there, and actually the Arson is back because he racked up so much damage so quickly. Also an unfortunate SD there. So let's see if he can close out this stock before the Arson can do too much extra damage. Cross stage down smash, not going to take it. Good DI on that. Trying to cover the neutral get up, and then takes the grab. All right, so this has been an extremely even game so far. This has been super even. This is actually, I have no idea who's going to win this going into last stock. I think generally asddast plays better last stock, but sometimes he can choke, for sure. Sometimes, I think asddast, like, if he's having an off day or doubting himself, then he plays worse last stock. But especially recently, most of the time, asddast plays better last stock, because he downloads, and then he understands which aspects of his flowchart aren't working, updates them, and then you can just kind of get run over. And he plays very, very conservatively for the most part in last stock. So he can, like, make a lot of progress just by chipping away at you. If you're like throwing yourself at him. Like right there, Aaron was trying to get the most use out of the Arson, and Mike was like recognizing that and just like shutting down all his paths of movement. So Aaron wasn't actually able to approach very effectively, and asddast got himself like a pretty noticeable last stock lead. Like very unlikely that we're going to see a second Arson at this point, although it is definitely possible given what happened on that second stock. I would consider it pretty unlikely. Especially because like it's just too risky to go for Rebel's Guard in this matchup a lot of the time. Unless it's something like a back air or something, like a purple back air, that's a good time to go for Rebel's Guard, but it's like tough to put yourself in those scenarios. So pretty close game one, all things considered. Interested to see how the rest of the set transpires. I'm not winning. If I go out
Stop battle! Joker!
Okay, just want to get back to PS2. Makes sense. We have some real PS2 fans in the club. Immediately, bit of a rough time for AM, trying to get the Pikmin off of him in the early scenarios. Isn't able to do that very effectively, and has taken a nice 50 just off of Pikmin chip, essentially. He definitely wants to rack up enough damage to where Arson can, you know, be a killing threat, as opposed to like having to use Arson to build up damage. But I'm not sure if that's going to be feasible right now. Yeah, because now Arson's going to be X-baited. So now he has to rely on this Arson to both build up damage from mid% and take the kill. Definitely very possible, but with how Mike has been playing the matchup, it's going to be very difficult. He definitely needs to like find like one really solid opening. He's probably going to like try for an edge guard here, which is difficult to get in this scenario. And then Mike is just like playing out of the corner really well. Yeah, if I had to guess, like I don't think he's going to be able to hit Mike. Yeah, with that angle, and then Arson's gone. So I was going to say, if I had to guess, Mike's going to be like at kill-ish %, but is going to survive the Arson, and then it's going to be a little hard for Aaron to pick it up. That was a really great tech chase, though, right there. Most of the time when you see the fair one drag downs, people go for like the jab locks or whatever, but that was a cool tech chase, actually. I like that a lot. Very spur-of-the-moment kind of decision to make. Let's see if he can keep onto that stock. Mike definitely has the Pikmin to get the job done, but a lot of the time, like, you know, the thing about the Pikmin is that they streamline exactly what Olimar is going to go for. Like, they basically indicate to you what the Olimar is most likely looking for. Like, obviously, if they have purple in the lead, they're going to stop chucking Pikmin as much at you and are going to start looking for stuff like a back air or a read on your movement in general. If they have the blue, they're going to start fishing for grabs, stuff like that. So it kind of like, and Mike doesn't always fall victim to this, especially not as much as he used to, but it can definitely like put you in a position where your intentions are really obvious. That's the word I was trying to think of. You have like really straightforward intentions, just because like each Pikmin is good at doing what it does, and so you want to do that thing that it's good at. So knowing that as the opponent is really good. And while I've been talking, asddast has been lapping in %, hits the same dare to end the third stock as he did the second. He really caught on to Aaron's like offstage habits right there. Aaron as a player in general tends to kind of like sit around the ledge, go for a lot of like wall jump and yeehaw, stuff like that off the ledge there. And that was like a really good hard